Real Deal Media's #1 show, World at War. I'm your host, Dean Ryan, and tonight is probably going to be one of the most important shows I've done in quite some time back in the news. But anyways, we're going to start with a little memo from Natural News, shall we? And before we get started on that, it's worth mentioning, we are broadcasting live on YouTube, Dean Ryan TV, also the travel page on Facebook, The Real Dean Ryan, and Real Deal Media tonight. This will be rebroadcasted again on Real Deal Media TV on our website, realdealmedia.tv. Following the show tonight, we're a little short-staffed. Lisa's a little under the weather. I'll explain later. So let's get started, shall we? Anyways, yes, Mike Adams is on fire, aren't we all? I mean, it's roasting. What a roasting and hot summer this is turning into, if I might add. Well, he's now saying that certain people are, quote, begging for the apocalypse. Well, yes, they are. They're begging. They're the authors. They're the ushers. They're the ticket scalpers. They want this apocalypse so bad, so bad that even Stanley Kubrick, who made Apocalypse Now, is saying, whoa, guys, this is a little too far. Well, now they're saying Biden provokes Putin to strike USA and NATO. Cities with the new long-range weapons that might include nukes, as James Martinez told us, and EMP weapons, nukes or EMP weapons. Well, we certainly can make the case that the fires in South Orange County just weeks ago was certainly a victim of that. We'll get this now. Joe Biden, who has never legitimately elected to office or just anything in his life, he's not even a real person. He's so fake he wears a mask from Toys R Us. Well, he's now accelerating his plan to destroy America and wipe his feet on the Constitution before he gets there and on his way out. Well, by provoking the one and only Vladimir Putin into a retaliatory strike against U.S. and NATO targets. They're saying it's self-inflicted wounds, if you will. If you will. So this is what's happening. This has now been confirmed over the last 3 days and cited in numerous sources. Here's the background, and as they say in the business, here's the skinny. The illegitimate Biden regime has promised to send HIMARS weapon systems to Ukraine, HIMARS, claiming that Ukraine has, quote, given assurance to Washington, D.C. and promised that the weapons will not be used to wage against any Russian territories or military. They said, we promise. We just want to store the weapons there for no reason. You know, public storage, it's too much money a month. And we're all out of money. Even though there's no gold behind it, that's what we want to do right now. So despite those assurances that are just falling upon deaf ears and crocodile tears, well, a high-level Ukrainian spokesperson said that they would break that promise and use those exact weapons to attack Crimea. Oh, what a shocker. I mean, are you going to tell me that the sky is blue and that the sun has just flares and sunglasses on it next? What kind of fairy tale are we living in? Well, a region that has long self-recognized as the territory of Russia, Crimea, well, it's now in dispute once again, and they want to bring that back into the NATO alliance that they have waged this war on, using Ukraine, who's a country in name only, as their battleground. Do we see how that works? Well, as of June 1st, just to wrap it all up here, well, White House now announced that it would be sending Ukraine weapons that might be used for invading Russia. The Deputy House National Security Advisor, Jonathan Feiner, who's never had his finer moment before, well, he said Washington had asked Ukraine for assurances that the missiles would not strike inside Russia. And they said they pinky swear that they won't. Well, I believe their word, don't you? So here's what's happening. And I'm going to show you a video here because this is very important. This is, I'm going to show you a little Fox News. Apparently, they're still a conservative news channel on basic cable. I don't know who they are exactly. Well, Putin has now made his retaliatory announcement that if Ukraine uses these exact weapons, well, he's going to make us all into just dust in the wind, which that song will then be played as the airstrike happens. Now, here's a little video just to highlight the points we're trying to make here in class tonight. And this is Putin, and this is from a gentleman named Bill Hemmer, and they're going to tell us maybe how it really is, and maybe how the neocons, or don't say neocons, what they have in store for all of us. And Putin, here it is.
So Russian missiles hitting near the capital city of Kyiv. First time in a month they've taken target in the capital city. Vladimir Putin, meanwhile, warning the West not to send Ukraine longer-range rocket systems. Jack Keane, retired four-star general. Nice to see you, sir, and good morning to you. Putin's quote was, If you do, we will hit, quote, objects that we have not yet struck. How do you interpret that?
Let me spare you from listening to that fossil tell you, well, we got to go into Russia and just drop nuclear bombs all over Russia and anyone that doesn't agree with the neocon foreign policy. That's what that dinosaur just said. I guarantee you, I spared you 5 minutes that you could never get back in your life. And you'll thank me later. Just saying. Anyways, continuing here, and that will, because that ends our natural news memo. Thank you, Mike Adams, who should be here soon. He's got a new book, but I'm not part of that PR team just yet. Anyways, let's skedaddle to Real Deal headlines, because there's a lot in the news here, a lot in the headlines, and it's getting real. It's getting real hot, and it's getting real weird as well. That's the kind of world we live in. But part of me likes it. Well, here it is. This is now happening. As I promised, Liz Cheney, who's no stranger to a bucket of fish, being the penguin that she is. Well, she's now in the news trying to not be an actress, but be someone of relevancy, which I then turn my head and start vomiting immediately when I see her on television. I'm sure you do too. Well, she's now sitting down with CBS Morning, the most untrusted name in the morning, to tell us why. And educate us, because we need it, that why the January 6th attacks are very well organized. And if you saw the picture I'm looking at, you might want to gouge your eyes out, or just mine in general. But let's get into the penguin bird head of Liz Cheney. She tries to educate us with her bird brain of just why January 6th is the most crucial day and darkest moment in U.S. history. If you don't have a brown bag or anything nearby that's a bucket, get it at this time. Here it is. Tell us, Liz.
The American people by the lapels and say, wake up, you have to pay attention.
I am, the threat, and it's an ongoing threat. We are not in a situation where former President Trump has expressed any sense of remorse about what happened. We're in fact in a situation where he continues to use even more extreme language, frankly, than the language that caused the attack. And so people must pay attention. People must watch, and they must understand how easily our democratic system can unravel if we don't defend it.
Well, thank you, Liz Cheney, whoever you may be. This woman right here is just so disturbing. I can't even handle it. Just someone give her a fishy and just tell her to go back in the water. They'll never give up. They have politicized the FBI. You have double agents in the FBI who are CIA assets or just agents themselves. You have the G-man who wears skinny pants now. It's like some boy band in the FBI, and they don't know a damn thing about anything of the past nature. They don't know the Constitution. They just know they're there for the street cred and to get laid. That's the modern FBI. There's many different factions of it. Then there's like the overweight FBI guys with the mustache that eat donuts all day. That's the old version. There's a little bit of them left, but the new guys coming in don't like the old guys, so there's a civil war within it. Now, hopefully you can understand that, because this is happening. This is happening. And hopefully, and I'm going to hold my breath and a candle, that the FBI is dismantled into a million pieces and we can forget they ever existed, just like pretty much every fashion style from the 80s at this point. You know what I mean? That's how old hat it is. The fact that we're still talking about FBI on January 6th, and this woman right there, that stupid penguin, is just a stain on everybody's intelligence, and I will not stand for it anymore.